So what you're doing here is you are not funding your rebates through higher take fees. You're actually funding it from the SIP subsidy, which, if I'm not mistaken, wasn't that the fucking point of the SIP subsidy?
Yep.
Wasn't that the whole point of the thing to begin with?
Well, yeah, I'd caution you to watch your language, Dave. But yes,
I know.
Absolutely.
Sorry, I get angry over fee structure.
I'm blushing. I think the guy said fuck.
Oh my God. Yeah.
What kind of podcast do you run?
I'm very interested right now, and I've written about this a lot, and everyone's sort of talking about it. Claudia, I saw your thread on it, the disconnect between sentiment and economic data. I think people are feeling way worse than the economic data would suggest, but that also suggests that something might be wrong with the economic data. And so when we talk about the economy at large, it's really important to remember that people are the economy, and I think we tend to forget that in larger conversations, like how people feel ultimately really matters.
When lots of people start losing money and lots of fraud starts bubbling to the surface, what do you expect to happen? Yeah. Right? Yeah. Federal agencies are going to get involved, and they are going to be aggressive. And so, as they say, when the tide goes out, you get to see who's naked, right? So
if you're out there and you're able to tell 4 different coherent stories, the week to week, that starts to make sense, and that's extremely disruptive. We don't need more disruption. So I don't know, if the Fed doesn't know, to me it's like, just shut up.
What do you think about the yield curve? Right now, yield curve predicted GDP growth is negative for 2024.
I think it's right.
It doesn't matter. We'll just change the definition of things so then it doesn't matter.
That's what we do. Just to make sure we don't have a hard landing, we'll just change the definition
now,
here.
The idea that, let's call it initial token offering, initial token sale, can be an investment contract makes total sense to me. But then the thing that was the subject of that investment contract when it's traded on a secondary market can suddenly not be a security. Not intentionally, I don't think, but it seems like the SEC is put in the position where the securities laws will therefore protect the institutional investors, but now the individual investor who's trading on the secondary market suddenly doesn't get the protection of securities laws.
Me and my intern, we got the Bloomberg data. There's just weird things going on. Like, Mainstar is a small broker that had about 1.2 million shares in DRS, and they put out a notice, a few months ago telling their clients, hey, we're withdrawing everything from Computershare, they're going back to the DTCC. And the drop in DRS numbers from the quarter before to the quarter after Mainstar reported was exactly 1.2 million.
Right.
It's as if somebody said, okay, there's been no buying, there's been no selling. The exact amount that's been pulled out because of Mainstar is the exact amount that will drop by.
Yeah,
very strange.
Something seems very off. It seems like this number is not the actual share count direct from the transfer agent. It seems like the number is being derived in some other way. Back to the essence of our securities laws, that companies disclose and investors decide, right? In some places that's called capitalism.
If we're going to get to a future where decentralization works, I think it works because we figured out how to get rid of these conflicts, and we figured out how to align everybody's interests. And maybe I hope that's not a pipe dream.
No, I think you're spot on. I think that's the direction that we're going. We need these fair incentive models that can't be manipulated by centralized parties.
Yeah, your ears are gonna bleed from this. So listen. Here's so I can't even. It drives me crazy. Okay, the reason that we have the CFTC and the SEC as 2 separate regulatory agencies instead of one, what do you think? Do you think it's because that's the most efficacious and practical response to regulating different financial instruments? Or do you think the answer is number 2, campaign finance and contributions and bribery? What do you think? 1 or 2?
Hopefully, number 1, right?
One. Yeah.